looking out, you can't see nothing. Hello, welcome to Carolyn and Steve's honeymoon. Today is our first night. What?
Louder.
Today is our first night in Montego Bay. Actually, we're departing as we speak, and they have a band playing. And it's February 16th, 1992. And we're having a really good time so far. Bye. A picture though.
So that was my job to.
That's what you
did that. I took a dive.
I don't know what we're doing. But I think we got into the second one.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Hi.
Next night, it rained already. We called you.
He wanted to go on the bow. Well, you're always going to have that. Oh, yeah.
I don't have to worry about one thing.
What's that?
I'm probably one of the top 10 most attractive women on this cruise ship.
Do you flatter yourself?
No, it's not flattering. There's no boat, honey, in case we need it.
Okay.
We have a fire drill tomorrow at 10 o'clock.
Is that what you heard? When did they say that?
Gotta be dressed.
What's that?
Gotta be dressed.
That was the mass order was
I'd be glad to. Just sit downstairs. You want to have a cup of coffee? We want to talk to you later on.
Let's see, we pick up my underwear too. Alright.
What's that? I only see your face. I only see your face. Huh? I can't position my head to the picture. That's why it record itself. You're getting one of me and take a video. You want to say anything, Carolyn?
Hello.
Anything else?
Back to Clown Town.
You don't look happy.
Are you happy?
Okay.
How fun.
The Guillemot Canal goes on 3 sets of locks. 2 sets of locks in the Pacific side, 1 set of locks in the Atlantic side. In the Pacific side, we have Miraflores locks where you are located, right? Miraflores locks and Pedro Miguel locks. In the Atlantic side, we have Gatun locks. The locks are gigantic water elevators that raises or lower the ships from sea level to the highest navigable waters of the Panama Canal of 85 feet above sea level. In other words, you can see the waterway and the gigantic water bridge between the 2 great oceans, Atlantic and Pacific. The 2 lanes of the Panama Canal lock system work independently of each other, and they could be usable in the same direction or in opposite directions simultaneously. Many of you have heard or believe that within the lock system canal, because the difference between the water level of the Atlantic and the Pacific. And you probably have heard that the Atlantic Ocean is higher than the Pacific. Well, folks, this is a misconception. There is no such a chance. The Atlantic and the Pacific Ocean are at the same level. It's a matter of fact, sea level is sea level around the world. We built the lock system canal because of the topography of the Isthmus of Panama. It was easier to dam the waters of the Chagres River, raising the waters 85 feet above sea level, than to dig the cross of the continental divide of the Isthmus down to sea level. The canal in American time was built in about 10 years. It was opened take about 25 to 30 years in digging. However, to build the Panama Canal was necessarily to remove from the cross of the continental divide of the East close to 250 million cubic yards of rock and dirt. To give you an idea how much rock and dirt means 250 million cubic yards is enough rock and dirt to build a great wall of China from New York to San Francisco via Texas. Well, folks, at this time we have entered into the main level of the two rocks at 28.3 feet above sea level. By closing the gates behind us, we will communicate the water level of the lower chamber and mid-chamber of the rocks. Then, we will proceed to transfer a variety of 26 million gallons of fresh water, this time from the upper level of the two blocks into the mid-level, in order for us to build in an additional 28.3 feet. But at the same time, we will be spilling into the ocean the 26 million gallons of fresh water previously transferring to the lower chamber directly into the planet, in order to return the water level of the lower chamber
go back to the room.
level and to prepare for the next shift.
Yeah, but I want to
The
have
Panama
the
Canal is done entirely by gravity flow. There are no pumps required
We're done
or
with
needed
this
in this
video.
operation.
Okay.
Okay?
Water flows in the Panama Canal log
Then I come back, I want to go swimming.
100 holes located at the bottom
Alright.
of each chamber of approximately
Okay.
4.5 feet in
You're
diameter.
worrying me.
Every 5 holes of them
Oh, you're not
communicating to a
happy.
tube of approximately 6 feet in
Why aren't you
diameter.
acting happy then?
And the tube
Bring
then
me a
goes
sa-
into a
safety
huge,
pin if you
large
remember.
culvert,
Why don't you
18
act like
feet
you're
in
happy?
I'm
diameter.
happy, I'm just
When the
relaxing.
stern vertical
You promise
valves
me
of large
you'll like it?
culverts are raised, the water flows by gravity from higher levels to lower levels, distributed equally through the entire chamber.
Okay, relax. Relax.
I was missing something.
Does this bring back memories?
Just to our right side, in the highest point of each lock system, there is a control house. The control house holds the brain of the entire lock's operation. The control house, on top of that building, there is a control remote, which is at this side of a
We are now being lowered in the lock, going back into the Atlantic Ocean. And as you can see, so you're on camera.
Hi, here we are, our third day of our honeymooning. We are going into Cartagena, and it's 7:45 in the morning, and we're having a pretty good time. Oh, look at all the hotels.
Hmm? 4.
Today.
Yeah. The tickets are in the wallet.
Hi. Did you get the hotels over there?
What's that?
Did you get all the hotels and the office buildings over there?
Yeah, I did.
Huh? I said three. Oh, well, I was 100 off. I said 356.
Please, that direction. Get in. This is the highest point. Right there, that's the white point. The
Hi.
harbor, the ship, and the building behind the ship is the new city. That's a peninsula, which is called Boca Grande, yeah, where we have the most important hotels.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like the Cartagena. We have three big
Our guys up here.
and Tierra Bomba Island in the background.
This is the monastery on Honeymoon.
Very big area of poor people. This one here. That one is in middle class, and the high class is over there. We got the airport back there. Planes coming. That's a big airport. The white building is city super building down there for everybody in town.
Alright, there we go. Got a ticket. An advertisement for jewelry and emeralds.
A lot of money they spent here. Yeah. In the port we have about some of them go at the same level of the street.
Keep going. That was a kiss to Carolyn.
Have I?
We're holding here basically making landing here just to tell you about this.
What year was this built in?
1656 they started. Listen, all the tunnels are like this. This one just on the surface, the other one go very deep, same level of the street. But let's see what they use these tunnels for. When the enemies, when pirates took the fortress outside, the defenders, the Spanish soldiers, they came into the tunnels and then tried to bring the enemies in here too. You can see the holes we have in each side of the main way. Each one was supposed to have a soldier in it. With the torches of any person when they got in here, for example, they were coming from that entrance, from that side where we're going to. They could see the light on the other side. So they just follow the light to get the light on the other side, you know. but they never knew that they have these holes next to them. But any person from the back of any of these back rooms could see perfectly or can see perfectly anyone that is moving with the light off, because you bodies get light from both entrances. And this one inside never get any light. You can also see that they don't face each other. So they could shoot at the same time and never hit each other. They were short people, but really very smart ones. Huh?
No losses to friendly fire.
Okay, this way.
Oh, this one alone. It's two Oscar. It's two for $20.
No.
No, thank you.
$5.
How
for
much?
one. $5 for one.
Okay, excuse me.
You want to have $4?
Excuse me. These three Oscar.
I'll take one for $5.
Oh, madam. This two for 15.
No.
No.
Two for 15.
One for $5. Do you want it? I'll buy it one for $5.
Oh, madam. Two for 15. Okay, yeah, give me two for $12. Two for 12.
No, I just want one. I just
Give me
want
two
one.
for give us a price for two for two.
One.
Let's go.
Give me $2, $10 for two.
No, one for $5.
What's the time?
Take it.
Có the beer, Diet Coke.
I got one.
One for five.
It's like a single.
Sir, you want a Coke? Want a Diet Coke?
No, thank you.
Want a beer? You want a Coke? Want a beer?
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Will tissue?
No, thank you.
Hi.
Nope. No, $2. No. Where's your buck? I think this is it, is it? I don't know where I bought this.
A la orden, señor, los sellos.
Now.
Take it 3 for $10, madam.
44. Extra large. Small.
Mega cheap price.
Okay, sure. You remember from me.
No. Nope.
For the shirt?
Nope.
This pen.
Nope.
3 for $10 we have.
Ladies and gentlemen, this announcement concerns those passengers on tour this afternoon. If you're on the Atlanta Submarine Tour, you'll be meeting at 3:45 in our theater on C deck. Those passengers on the Aruba Italian Countryside Tour, the city tour here in Aruba, you'll be meeting at 3:30 in 15 minutes time in the Regency Lounge. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, those passengers on the Aruba Town and Countryside Tour, please meet at 3:30 in the Regency Lounge. Those passengers of the Atlanta Submarine will be meeting at 3:45 in the theater on C deck.
I didn't want to lose you. I said, Munch, where are you?
are you?
In Aruba, on that big rock.
Alright, we're in Aruba. I'm standing on a man-made, or a natural-made bridge, which I'll show in a minute. The water is absolutely beautiful. We may consider vacationing here in the future, but we will be traveling by plane, not by ship. There's a natural-made bridge. Absolutely. What?
Hello.
Oh, where are you? Did you fall in? Did you fall in?
No, Mr. Glass. Very nice. We're in Carousel shopping.
For shoes. shoes, Carolyn.
Because I'm the one loving it.
Because what?
From Portugal, Nazaré. An excellent team with the finest waiters, 33 in total, and an excellent team of finest busboys, 24 in total. That's the team in the dining hall. The fine wines have been served by our sommeliers, and they are Gina from England, Mette from Denmark, and Marta from Poland.
Speak, Melvin.
And last, but by no means least, the gentleman who is in sole charge of the entire dining operation here on board and ensures you receive the finest of everything. Our food manager is Ricardo Jimenez from Spain. Thank you for the big round of applause. I think we all deserve a big round of applause. What is it?
Yeah, ice sculpture. Ice sculpture.
So cool. Ladies and gentlemen, I kindly ask you to take your time, take your pictures, but please keep moving. There's a big line behind, and we have a limit of time. Everybody want to come in the room, take pictures, and take back home memories of this magnificent display. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to remind you, if you have any questions about this magnificent display, our head chefs are in the line today, and they'll be more than happy to answer any questions you may have about this magnificent display or the food overall on board. Give a big round of applause to our chef, Mr. Paul. He's just right there.
You tell me what you want. 30.
Ladies and gentlemen, I kindly ask you to take your time, take your pictures, but please keep moving. There's a big line behind. Everybody wants to take pictures. Everybody wants to take back home memories of this magnificent display. Once you finish to take your pictures, ladies and gentlemen, I kindly ask you to exit the present dining room and make yourself comfortable in one of the lounges here available, the emergency lounge, the Lido, the Amber Bar, or even the Starlight Disco. Really open this hotel for a good taste at 12 midnight exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome.
No, down further.
We'll go down?
Down further.
How do you know where we're going?
I think we go down to the tour desk.
Down?
Oh, I don't know if it's down. It's up, I think.
You videotape my big head, my big butt.
You just see your own eyes.
I was dead sick.
It's on stop.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Well, this is the bridge and where we operate the ship from. What the heck was that? Anyhow, it's a lot of banging noise. Might be somebody upstairs. I'm going to talk a little bit about the ship and a little bit about what goes on up here. But if anybody has any questions, you know, feel free to ask. And also, yeah, Harris has gone up to investigate the noise. I think it just sounded like somebody upstairs. But anyhow, if you have any questions about the specific pieces of equipment, you know, just let me know and I'll be happy to answer it for you. A little bit about the ship. It's a fairly old vessel, as you could probably surmise. The ship was, initially they started the construction in 1955. Oh, wow. They finished in the end of 56, and then they did sea trials for a little while. The first voyage was February 6th, 57, and this ship was the Stotendam, part of Holland America Line. Sometimes people recognize it, although it's gone under some renovations. It used to be a 2-class, right? It's actually a 3-class ship when they first started using it. Its first voyage was a transatlantic trip. They went from Rotterdam to New York via Le Havre and Southampton. The ship itself is 684 feet in length, about 80 feet in breadth or in width. In addition to what you see up above the waterline, we have another 26 feet of hull below the waterline. That's called the draft of the ship, in case anybody needs to know that term. Up above the waterline, from the water to the top of the radar tower up there is 130, I can't remember if it's 134 or 138 feet. So those are kind of roughly our dimensions. Tonnage-wise, we displace 24,500 tons of water. That's the displacement of the hull. I don't know exactly how they, you know, figure out that. There's a formula that relates to the surface area of the ship. But anyhow, the ship itself can hold about 1,000 passengers. This week we have a little over 900. We have 428 crewmen, I think was our count this week, on board the ship to take care of you. So that's about roughly 2 passengers for every crewman. And people from pretty much all over the world. You probably noticed that by now. Of course, there's a lot of different nationalities. The bridge officers, like Aris over there, he's our navigation officer here from 12 to 4, are all Greek, and the captain and staff captain as well. So they're, of course, in charge of running the vessel. And they work here 4-hour shifts, 12 till 4, and then again from midnight to 4 in the morning. And usually there's 3 people working on the ship, the bridge officer, Aris, and then a couple gentlemen that work up here under his supervision and keep the ship on a straight course, et cetera, et cetera. I guess I'll just go into some of the things that are up here. If anybody has a question, please feel free to ask. We're going to start on this end and work our way down, I guess, towards the other end. Let's just see if the radar's turned on. Yeah, it is. There's nothing around this. Are you going to shoot over there? And you'll have to kind of come around the curtains a little bit there. You can push them out of the way if they're in the way. Back behind it, there's a radar unit, and you can poke your head in there if you want. I'll explain a little bit about that in a moment. There's really nothing around us right now. The first thing that we come to back here, these are the watertight door control panels and controls on sea deck, and also on the tank up deck, which is above where the storage tanks are. They have watertight doors and watertight compartments. What would damage the hull? It's actually standard practice to close the doors anyhow. But if we did have a collision, they would close the watertight doors, and the controls are located right here for the forward doors and for the aft doors here. And they would close those. That would close off the area, and no more water could get in that would fit in the sections that were actually damaged through the hull wavelength. But anyhow, right now we're on autopilot. This is a gyro compass, and it shows the true north reading as opposed to magnetic north, because there is a little bit of a difference between the two. And when the autopilot is on, it actually steers the ship automatically. Now this is a rudder angle indicator up here, and you'll see that that'll be moving back and forth, and it actually adjusts the rudder to keep us on a straight course through the water, or a fairly straight course through the water, continuous course. But you'll see, as a matter of fact, it's going now. It's just operating on its own. Some other things up here as far as propulsion and so on and so forth. The engine controls are located right here. We have 4 engines. There are 2 16-cylinder and 2 12-cylinder diesel engines. Initially, this was a steamship, but it was converted when Paquet bought the ship. This was also the Rhapsody for a while before it became part of Regency. Anyhow, we have 2 drivetrains, 2 propellers. They're variable pitch. In other words, they can go in either direction, and they can operate independently of one another. There's a 16 and a 12-cylinder engine on each drivetrain. In addition to that, we also have bow thruster, or not bow thrusters, a bow thruster in the ship. And what a bow thruster is, it's a propeller mounted sideways, and it's mounted down in the bow below the waterline. You might have noticed I didn't really pay attention this week when we left Curacao, but sometimes when we're leaving the dock, it seems like we're actually kind of moving sideways under our own power. We actually kind of are. The bow thruster moves the front end of the ship from side to side, and that is this control right here. And you can see it's just a lever to either starboard or port. The gauge for it is here. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, we have RPM gauges, revolutions per minute, for the engines here and over here. They run at a little different RPM speed, but usually around 100 RPMs. Anyhow, back to the bow thrusters. You might have noticed that when we did come away from the pier in Curacao, or if you're out in the morning, is an even better example of the use of bow thrusters. We can also turn around in our own...
Well, don't just sit there. Say something.
What do you want me to say?
Anything you want.
It's our last day of vacation. Oh my God.
Is the boat rocky?
I have no makeup on. I didn't.
Isn't this the best cruise you've ever been on?
Oh yes.
Do your imitation of Monday.
Upside down.
We're just cruising along here. This is the best cruise I've ever been on.
That's a big one. Where is he? That's the band in the back. That is the Star band. People on the dance floor. Band. Oh, yeah, way up there. Serena's lounge. Text. Drunk friends with me.
There's Joe.
All our friends, our own names. Oh, big wave. Big wave. Woo! Whoa. Big waves. Hey. I don't look any different. I have no makeup on. No makeup vacation.